Welcome everybody. I am arranging my little sewing area. I am taking my little Christmas um, sleigh that has my little dolls. I have had it there for a little while. So it being New Year's Day, I thought it is about time that I moved that away. So I'm sure some of you have thought it but did not tell me, and it's okay. That's the way it goes. So that's what I'm doing right now at the same time that I am waiting to see if we're going to have more people join us. And I am, oh nice, I am adjusting my cameras, which seems to be a problem lately. So I don't want it to be a problem right now because I'm going to be sewing for quite some time. So I am, actually 11 o'clock, which is the time that I set the preview, is coming a little bit quicker than I thought. But I did do some errands. And just, you can hear my Christmas things moving around. And one of the things that when you move things, you get to see different kind of stuff there that I wasn't planning on. So the glitter, number one. So let's moving it along. I had a beautiful little lavender plant, so it left a couple of little leaves there. So I think it's time to get started. And as always, I just need to set something up before I start. So here are the two laces. I will need to cut them. This is the lighter one, which might be the one actually that's going to be what I end up using. So I have only one shade that I did of pink. I'm looking around here in my room. I have a different pink, but it's satin, and that is not going to be good because I'm going to be sewing back and forth with this. And I am kind of debating whether I should take my long sleeve shirt out. Maybe I'll just I will just pull it up. So, and another thing I did not realize, I did not have my white thread. I was sewing before this, and I had a different thread. So, sorry about that. As I mentioned, I did not even realize it was not set. So this gives a little bit more time for a couple of more viewers to join on board. And if you don't join right now, you can always see the videos in the pre-recorded. You can look in two different places. You can look on live stream, and you can also look in, this one is going to be in the sewing or do-it-yourself. And this is the main reason why you see a lot of videos in my log, in my page. So let me try to adjust this. Alright, it's staying put. And I'm going to turn the light, even though I have good lighting. One of the things that I always mention is that when I am sewing, I don't get to have good lighting. So here are the 4 different bases. This is white and the pink. And this is the light one. And I have the darker one, the one that I did first. So this, let me see, I am checking it and I'm moving it here. So I'm going to cut this in half. This is lace that I have bought in bulk many years ago. Probably around a 400 yard bolt. And I didn't have the original, which was beige color, and this is light pink, so that I can show you. But maybe when I do the next video, this video is going to be for sewing. I'm going to be sewing all these laces to the base. So I'm going to put the pink one here to the side, and I am going to get started. I'm going to get started with the white one. So first thing, I am going to sew this in, and hopefully we have enough view, and I think we do. So I'm going to be actually sewing all of these. Since I'm already here and I am doing this, I'm going to get them all set. I pre-sewed the serger on the edge. Everything takes time. So this is going to be repetitive, but we will all get to see what the color looks like. And I will take my thermal. It's not a sweater, it's a thermal that I'm wearing. This one is the edge of the fabric, but I'm still going to turn it because I want all my dresses to be uniform, because they connect in the back, and you'll see that later on, or maybe not. It all depends. So today is Monday, New Year's Day. There is no post today, so to me, when there is no post, it's like a Saturday or a Sunday. So I get to do, hopefully, the plan is that I get to do a lot of sewing. So here we go. I will start with the white one, and I'm going to start from the bottom. And I am keeping, I'm being mindful that this lace is not going to be as ruffled as I normally do it. So I'm being mindful just to do a couple. And if I do this like this, I have more control rather than pre-ruffling this. So that is the plan. And the other plan is that the next row that I make is going to be, I'm going to be alternating these little ruffles. I'm going to alternate that. Right here is going to be a gather and a gather, in order to have a very nice, consistent look. So it doesn't look like a brick. So, and let me see. I counted on the picture that it had 8 ruffles. So let me see. So I have 1. So I have 3. 4, 5. I put this as a little indicator. Actually this. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So I might have 9 over here. I'm thinking this is almost an inch. This is probably the original picture. That lace is probably an inch long. Let's try to do this here. So all these things in calculation are happening basically behind the scenes, and by doing this on live stream, you get to see the actual planning. And I hope that this helps you if you're doing something for one of your own. So yeah, this is being put in here precisely, or being precise about where these little gathers are happening. And another thing, they need to be straight. I don't have any lines. I don't have any pencil marks in here. I'm just being very careful and eyeballing it. And typically what I do is I fold it and I get to see, am I being on track? See, that is my fold. That's where I started. That's where I ended. So that's another thing that I'm being mindful when doing this. And there is a right and the wrong way in the lace as well. I just placed it in the right way. This right now is on live stream. When I am done, I am going to be adding music because it's going to be a lot of sewing. And I personally love music, any kind of music, all kind of music. So after this, I'm going to be adding music because it's going to be repetitive. And this is what my life is like with sewing like this. And especially with dolls, it's almost like making a wedding dress. I have made wedding dress. I have made beautiful christening, first communion dresses, cosplay gowns as well. So it is the beauty of sewing that keeps me very happy. So this is not going to be enough. So I'm just going to be setting it to the side and getting my other piece. And I am making sure that I am using the correct part of the lace. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yeah, just 2 more, which is okay. I basically knew that it was going to be more than the picture because of my lace and the width. And I will show you right now the other lace that I have, which is shorter. I'm going to be uniformed with this tighter look over here. This is going to be at the top, and there's going to be more view at the top. So okay, so this part I'm going to add this because it does have like a little curve there, but this one primarily is going to be straight, and the reason why is because it needs to be a base. And now I'm going to sew all the way down to keep this down. See how nice that is now? And I'm going to do the same on this side. So I'm going to be doing the opposite. And I am going to be pulling in the ruffles. Alright, it is looking beautiful already. Okay, so this is first base. And I'm going to be sewing white base. When I say base, I'm talking about the lining. So that looks beautiful. Let me see if I can adjust this so that we can see a little bit more for the next one. That's my kitty cat. Where are you? I hear her. Where are you? Oh, she wants to go outside. So I'm going to open the door, and I'm going to bring my lace, the one that I did or have been doing. This is the new wider lace. Okay, you want to go outside? Okay, bye. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Okay. Alright, it's kind of tangled, so I am getting it. I still have it in the hanger. You might hear the dangling. It's rather long, so that's why I had it kind of twisted. Alright, here we go. My kitty cat. Okay, so this is the new lace, just like this one. The light one and the darker one. And this is the lace that I was using. I dyed more. So it is the same shade as this one. You can see. So wanted to show that off. And I'm putting it to the side. So this one we just did. And now I'm going to sew the white base with the darker lace. And let's see. And my plan is to give my commissioner a choice of which one she wants. I'm going to start with white and see how this looks. Let me see. My pink is rather high. I wonder, beige is bad. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna do white. It is going to be covered after all. I keep on going back and forth about which one is going to be the one that is going to be more like the picture. So it's very important in the beginning to be very straight. And that's what I'm doing right here, because I am setting the foundation for the rest of what the base is going to look like with all these pleats. Okay, let's do this again. And there we go. After this, I'm going to use this same darker lace and I'm going to sew it on the pink base. And we'll see what that looks like. Or I'm going to put it over and just decide. I really did want to use the pink base with the lighter. I just need to find more pink fabric. It is looking so beautiful. And I am my first adoring fan, actually, of my work. Okay. If I were to describe what color this is, I would say it's an old rose color. I'm trying to think if there's anything that better describes how this color came to be. And this is a combination mixture, the color of red and white. What I do after I am done sewing, I go in and I spot sew, and that's going to be with pink, light pink thread, and I keep it down so it doesn't ruffle up like that. I spot sew it down, you know, and keep it down, especially by the bust area. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 8. So yeah, I have 9 rows. So I am literally placing, making the ruffle. And this one is the base, so I'm just going to sew it straight all the way across. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, and I am going to be moving the ruffles inside. Okay, let's do the other one now. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking all this, cleaning it up for our visual pleasure. So here are 2 versions. Not bad. So here is the pink base. So let's see. Here is pink on pink. And I gotta stand up and see this. It's gonna look a lot darker. So, and right here, you get to see. So I'm going to do the pink, and let's see if I have enough. I'm gonna go back to my drawing board. Oh yeah, I have enough. So I'm gonna get more lace of the light one. I probably have about six yards that I made. So let me see. Oh yeah, I have 6 yards definitely. So I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to save this for later because it will be a little bit different. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm cutting this. And I'm going to do the pink and light pink. The pink base, or the pink lining, cotton, and the light pink lace. So, let's see here. I'm just going to cut all of it, I suppose. So I am picking up the pace here. Okay, one more yard to go. Okay, finally. So I'm going to use this one because this is the correct outer part of the lace. So let's get started. And then we're going to see how the light pink with the pink lace, the pink base looks like. It's looking so beautiful. This is such a pretty feminine dress. Oops, got stuck there. So look how it's already coming out. It's so pretty. Yeah, there is a definite difference with the pink base. And if you want to see if we're doing this straight, let's do our little test. There's the beginning, and there is where we are at. We're just slightly over here. In the world of ruffles, it's really okay. You notice how I'm keeping mindful to keep it low so that I can make sure that we go back in the right track. Okay, let's check. Okay, we're back to where we need to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, it always goes back. Need to go a little bit lower. Okay. Something's going on here. So let's see here. What happened? Okay, everything. It's probably a loose thread that got stuck in here. Okay, I'll explain to you about this in the top here. So we have a little bit left over, but when I sew it in, this part is going to be like this. So it's okay if there's a little bit of fabric showing there. Okay, let's take all this thread here so that we can see this beautification of lace. I mean, even the visual of all this thread, it does take from the beauty. That's how our eyes are accustomed. So here is the very pretty, I love this one. This is the light pink on pink back. And look at this. This is the light pink on white back. So much prettier. And this is the darker pink on white back. And I do have an extra one, so there is not a different variation that we can do because we have light pink and the darker one on white back. And this one. So here we have the 3 variations. Very, very pretty. And let me see if I can show you. I I don't have it handy here because I wasn't planning on sewing the dress here on live stream, but I will start sewing it. It's going to take hours. I would say at least 3 hours to do these, and I think 1 hour is the max of my viewers to be looking at a video. So I am going to end this here now, and I will start sewing the dress, but I will be making a video, probably 8 to 10 minutes, to be showing key points of sewing the Japanese exclusive and not take you the long, dreadful sewing process. So I want to thank you for joining me. And I do have, however, I do have the shorter one that I have. If you've seen my other videos, this is, I did paint to get this color in the lace that I typically use, or that I have my Japanese exclusive, and this one. So let's finish by sewing this and getting the other variation, getting the last variation. So this is going to be this is going to be a little bit longer because we have smaller lace width and more that we need to cover. So let me see here. So this one is loose. This one is still together. So hopefully I'm going to have enough, which I'm not sure, but if I run out, I'm going to be using the other one. So right now I am deciding. Okay, this is the outer part. So because this is smaller lace, I'm going to sew straight across in the base or in the bottom. So the ruffles don't happen until after this one. And since I already did 3, even though they were different length, this is going to be typically a little bit faster than I normally do because my eyes are already focused. I'm in the rhythm, I guess I should say. I'm already in the rhythm of doing this, so it's going to be a lot quicker. And when this is already in a pre-recorded, you're going to be able to go back in the beginning and you're going to see how slower I am versus how quicker my movement is. And it's almost like riding a bike. When you're riding a bike, you don't know how to do it, you're being careful, even though I have done this dress many times over the years. Getting started, even getting started for anything, getting started getting out of bed in the morning, it's always different. It's not always the same. But once you get your kinetic energy, it's smooth sailing. So that's what I should have said in the beginning. You know, funny thing, I've never counted how many rows of lace this takes. This is going to be beautiful. This is, obviously, it's a different color, different shade. But I'm thinking of using this in my lighter pink gingham, because I do have a darker one and I have a lighter one. And I do have it handy, so after I'm done with this, just stay until the end and I will show you the fabric. every now and then I go back and forth to make sure that the lace stays put. And if you want me to, as soon as I'm done with this row, I will do our little test that I am doing this straight. And we'll see where we're at, making sure that we're not going all wonky or too much to an angle. And I will tell you that I'm going to need, look at that, I'm going to need more lace. So there, you can see, I'm not cheating. Here is the base, here's the bottom, and this is where I'm at with it being straight. So I see a little bit of color loss there, so I'm not going to use that. So I just took it out. And that is a little tip. So basically we have 1/3 done, 1/3 to go, and I am going to get me some lace here. And I just cut it from the bigger piece that you saw earlier, so this is the same because it was all done in the same batch. And there we go. So right here I am strategically putting the little ruffles. And what I'm doing when I do that is I make sure that I'm in a straight line and make sure that I'm covering the thread that is right underneath it and making the little ruffles all at the same time. So pretty soon it's going to be, we're going to be halfway, and this is the smaller. So not that many work or ruffles, but it is more detailed because that's what we're looking at right at the top. Or that's where the eye is focused, so gotta make sure that the ruffles that are going to go there, they're going to be precise. And, you know, I never measured. This is probably about 1/2 inch. Yeah, this is exactly 1/2 inch. And the other one was right around over here. Almost 1 inch. So there, that other lace covered a lot, and it is going to look different. So right now, when I'm done with this, you're going to see in the work in progress, side by side, the difference in the two laces. I'm changing it up, as you see. I'm changing up where the little ruffles are going. And by doing that, it looks more natural instead of it being pleated. You don't want to have a pleat, straight up pleat in here. So you need to change up the rhythm and where you're doing the little ruffles. So right here, you're going to notice that it's going to be quite like a separation. Just think of the ocean and the waves. The waves are not the same. They're always different. So it's the same thing here. You need to change it up so that you can have a natural flow. And let's take a look, take a break. See that? You don't see it almost being pleated, because if it was pleated, they would all be like this, all the way across. My goodness, look at, I'm running out. I do have more, but I kind of calculated how much I would need. So this one, I plan to have a lot of little intermediate little pleats. I am not gathering the bottom, I'm gathering the top. And that's where this little thread ripper comes in handy. So this one is going to be smooth, a little bit less pleats. that is how I get the look. And we're over here at the top. So you're going to see what I do when I'm at the top. Okay, finally. You thought I would never finish, right? So let's compare. Okay, here is a 4. And let me show you. This lace was this lace right here. White and pink. And this is the dyed one that I just used. Right there. And this is how it comes, and you know, of course I cut it in the middle. And this one happens to have this little thing here in the middle, which is this right here, and what I mentioned that I use for the purses. And speaking of purses, let me show you. Oops, just dropped. These are my purses. Just taking a small visual break. So this is what I use to hold them. And these are 3D little purses that I do. So that is going to be set for another crafting day. And let's get our eyes ready to see the lace. So here are the 4 different ones. Same color, both in white, and look at the work over here in the back. This is the almost 1-inch lace, and this is the 1/2 inch. All this work, all this straight work right here. These are going to be the same color, different dress, different style, and the same, one in white and one in pink. So here we have it. All 4 are done. And now is when I'm going to be sewing, but I will show you the fabric. I'm getting it right now. My tummy is telling me I'm getting pretty hungry. So here is one, the darker, smaller gingham. And this is the lighter one, the lighter gingham. And they're very small scale. So I do want to thank you for joining me and sticking around to the end, seeing the different variations. And actually, here inside my lighter one, I have the vintage bubblegum pink gingham. And these little flowers right here, this is from the 50s. This is flocked daisy. Isn't that so pretty? I already started making dresses for Barbie with this. And yes, they are listed. So now I'm going to eat something and take a break and start sewing. One more sneak peek before I go. This is a vintage fabric. I need to find more. But there is a pant set. And look at the pick textured bubblegum pink. And there is a Japanese exclusive for Barbie. Almost the same except for the green color. Japanese exclusive for Barbie. Skinny pant and mini top set. So I need to find more of this here around my house, and that's what I do. I don't think I have enough. Here is my pattern. And this is my pattern. Well, actually my double pattern. This is my pattern for the top, where I do the little darts. So need to find more fabric in order to do more, or I'm just going to try to wiggle this in to see if it's even possible. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, a comment, and a share. Shares are helping my channel grow, and that's what I'm working on each moment of the day. We'll see you in the next video where I have spot sewing on these. It's going to be pre-recorded. Like I mentioned, I'm not going to take you through the dreadful sewing of 4 dresses. It's going to be a serious 4 to 5 hours of work. We'll see you then. Bye, everybody.